What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Q the Queen, back at it again with you with another video. So as you can see by the title, it's a hot topic or whatever. And you know what? Y'all probably thinking like, this is the first woman I ever heard admit this. And you know what? I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to admit it. But before I get into the topic, y'all, I just want to show y'all my smoothie. It's so good. Follow me on Facebook at Q the Queen. Check out my reels. I'll be posting how I made this smoothie on there. You can also follow me on TikTok at 11 Q the Queen 11. That's 11 Q the Queen 11. I'll also be posting the smoothie on there as well. So let's get right into this topic, y'all. I actually recorded this video a while back, not a while back, maybe like a couple of weeks ago. I never edited it, because the topic just went, like I just found myself rambling. So I wrote my notes down on how I became a bitter baby mama. A lot of women don't want to admit that they're bitter baby mamas, but at the same time, a lot of men don't want to admit that they're the reason why their baby mamas are bitter.
Wow.
I know, shocker. So these are my reasons on how I started reflecting on my life, and I started realizing like, wow, I really was bitter back then. Now I might still be being called bitter, but I'm not bitter no more. Now I am healed from that particular situation and I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. So I'm not finna go years of my life dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? So how I became a bitter baby mama. So let me give you a little background first. Okay, let me just be real with y'all. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 transparent with y'all. I have 3 kids and I also have 3 baby daddies. Judge your mama, don't judge me. I'm gonna give you a little background on how this happened. My first child was with my high school sweetheart. Accident, but not an accident. You know, we knew what we was doing. We wasn't taking precaution to not avoid it. And when I found out I was pregnant, I already knew that it was a chance I was gonna be pregnant. My second child was literally a one-night stand. I only messed with that man one time. Third baby, which is my baby, which is my son, he is with someone that I'm currently still dealing with, and don't plan on never ever not dealing with this man. So yeah, so now he the daddy of all my kids. No, just kidding, but I ain't kidding. Okay, so anyways, how I became a bitter baby mama. So my first reason that I have written down in my notes on how I became a bitter baby mama was I got pregnant too young. Me and the dad were both too young. We were 17, 18. He was about to turn 19. I was about to turn 18. And we were just too young. That's just facts. Like, you know, the way society is set up is that you got to go to high school, you got to graduate high school, you're supposed to go to college or at least find your trade and get your life set up. So having a baby did put some dents in my plan. It did put some dents in my plan. At the time when I got pregnant, I was attending cosmetology school in high school. So I would go for four class periods to cosmetology school, and then the other 4 were my, reading, science, and whatnot. Sorry, y'all, I'm getting over COVID. So if I'm coughing and I'm sounding raggedy, I got me some water, I got my smoothie. That's why. So when I found out I was pregnant, I had to make that hard choice to drop out of cosmetology school and to graduate high school early, because if I would have stayed in high school, I was doing the math, I was doing the calculations. I'm like, if I stay in school just so I can have my cosmetology license, which would have been a great deal for me, but school ends in May, my baby was due in July. There was no way I was gonna be able to work, go to school, being big pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And not work. And the reason why I was thinking like this was because of one of my other reasons. We're not gonna get there, but let's just say I was doing all of this, you know? Everything was on me. So I had to make that choice. I made the choice to drop out of cosmetology school. I went to a trader school, whatever, alternative school. I went to alternative school, graduated early. So I ended up graduating in March, and that gave me March, April, May, June, July. March, April, May, June. So that gave me 3 months to get everything together for my baby. So as soon as I graduated, I went and got me a call center job. I think I was making, how much was I making up there? 11 plus. I wasn't making less than 11 an hour. I was making 11 plus. So that was a good deal for me. I literally was, before I did that though, I was working at Kmart. So I did have a source of income, and I was using that little money that I was getting, and I was already paying for stuff. So I was in school and I was working at Kmart, but I knew Kmart was not going to be enough for me to take care of my baby the way I need to take care of her, get her all the things she needed. Because a lot of the stuff I had around the time I was buying on my own, paying my own phone bill, buying my own clothes, buying some of my own food. So all that plus having to take care of baby, Kmart salary wasn't gonna cut it. So I got me a job at this call center called Converges. I didn't know how much in the long run me making that choice was gonna affect me, but it did. So that's gonna lead to the next thing, which is number 2, which is the second reason that I became a bitter baby mama, was the lack of support from my family. And I say that because I made that choice to get out of cosmetology school and to graduate early and get a job because I had no support from my family. I literally was pregnant because, like I said, my baby was due in July. I had her July 22nd. Her birthday's actually on Friday. She'll be 6. Happy birthday, mama. So I went, let's count how many months I went, okay? Mind you, I didn't start having things. Literally everything my baby had, I bought. Nobody helped me. So that's what I mean by I had the lack of support. So I finished high school in March, got me a job in March. And March, April, May, June, July, worked all the way up into July. Probably like 3 weeks before I had her, I quit. 2 weeks before I had her, I quit. So 4 months. That means I went 5 months without anybody in my family helping me. I went 5 months. I was 5 months pregnant with the little stuff that I had bought off my Kmart money. And nobody else helped. My mama didn't buy a nothing. She didn't ask me, did I want her to buy my baby anything. She didn't make it her prerogative, her initiative. She didn't do nothing to support me. My grandma didn't help me. Nobody helped me. Nobody. So for all you fuckers watching this that like to judge me about my life and things I was going through, none of them helped me, okay? My grandma didn't help me. My mama didn't help me. Now my daddy, if he wasn't crazy and I was messing with him at the time, he would have helped me. I know for a fact I wouldn't even have to have bought nothing. My daddy's crazy. That's a whole nother story for another time. Y'all done sweated my edges out, so ignore the edges, okay? Ooh, them's cute though. It's too many edges. Anyway, I need to take my hair down. So the lack of support made me extremely bitter. I felt like I was losing my life. I felt like I was the only one making sacrifices. Nobody, oh, excuse me, even though it was my choice, my decision as a collective, as a family, people should have came together and they should have been there for me. I was a kid. Even though I thought I was grown, I was still a kid. And it's like they took that as an opportunity to show me, like, yeah, you think you grown, you think you this, you think you that, so now be that type of thing. When in reality, I'm not saying they're wrong, but I'm not saying they right either, you know. They could have sat me down and had a conversation with me to humble me and help me understand, but they didn't. They just sat back and watched me, talked about me, and laughed at me, literally. So dealing with all that, plus not having the support from the father, like, me and him was on and off in a relationship while I was pregnant, but financially he was not supporting. So that leads to number 3 on the lack of support from the dad and the lack of support from his family. They ain't help either. If y'all watching this, sorry, I love y'all, but y'all ain't help with Jack Diddley Squatch. Now I will say the second baby, they bought a car seat. I want to say my first baby, my mama did buy the car seat. I think my mama bought her car seat and she bought my son's car seat. So I will say she did do that. But I had to ask. I had to swallow my pride and go ask. She couldn't swallow her pride and just be a mom and accept that, you know, she raised a daughter that fucked up. And just be there and be a grandma. And honestly, she's lost a lot of time with her grandkids because of this. Because of all of this stuff that I went through, I've distanced myself from my mom. She hasn't changed. She's still the same. And I'm changing. I'm not the same. And sometimes you just gotta let people go, even if it is your mama. Sometimes you do. So the lack of support from his family also made me bitter. It did. It made me bitter. It made me bitter for people to look me in my eyes and say they so happy for this baby to come here and they can't wait to meet her, but nobody helped me get her anything. Her dad did. I can literally name the stuff he got. He got some diapers that he ain't even buy. He went into somebody's house and took them when he had doing something he ain't had no business doing. He went to somebody's house and took them. So it was a big ass bag of diapers that he brought. A lot of them weren't even sizes that she was gonna be able to fit until she was like 6 months. So that was no help for, you know, that moment of me being baby fresh right out the cooper and, you know, time off of work, whatever. That wasn't no help, but it did help later on. So let me calm down. Look, I'm acting bitter again. Let me calm down. So then he did also buy her bassinet last minute. It was a last minute buy. I was honestly at the point of getting my ass up to go buy the bassinet myself. I used that bassinet for my second baby as well, so I was grateful for that. At the time, I didn't think about none of these things. Like, at the time, I didn't think about how the lack of support from my family, the lack of support from him and his family was making me angry. I just knew that I was fucking angry, y'all. I was livid. You couldn't say nothing to me without me saying, doing this and giving it back to you. That's how I was. Like, literally, I was angry. I was pissed off that it took 2 people to make this baby. Two families. This child has 2 families. I still feel this way. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Still feel this way. I still feel like I shouldn't have to spend too many of my own pennies on my child because so many people from both sides of the family claim to love her, but nobody is helping to support her. Nobody. There's no family effort here. Now you're probably thinking, well, you laid down and had that baby, so you need to be responsible. And I am. But at the same time, she has other family who should love and care for her, if not as much, at least half of much I do. You know what I'm saying? But they don't. But this year I will be asking, so be prepared to come up out y'all pockets. I like to look at myself. I need to stop looking at myself and look at the camera. I don't know, y'all. But yeah, I'm asking this year. I'm asking for help this year. Because I'm sick of coming out of my own pocket by myself. And people want to see her, spend time with her, and do this with her. Well, they don't. They just talk about wanting to do it, but they don't. But yeah, this year, I'm asking. So be ready to come up out y'all pockets. School is coming around the corner. Baby needs shoes, baby needs clothes, and baby needs school supplies. So I said it. Number 4, I was mad at the world. Because of the lack of support, which, like I said at the time, I didn't think that that's why I was angry. I thought I was just a mad bitch. But now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, bro, you had no help. You had every right to be angry. Like, you had no help. You had every right to be angry. People were making you fight for things you shouldn't have to have fought for. They were making you do things that you shouldn't even had to have done, because at the end of the day, you were a kid and you needed help. And nobody looked at you and thought, damn, let me help her. Everybody looked at me under a different light because of what everybody else was telling them that I am and what I'm going to be. Nobody asked me, who are you? Who are you going to be? You know what I'm saying? Everybody listening to my mama tell them who I am and who I'm going to turn out to be. So they already made it up in my mind that I'm this person that I'm not. You're like, I'm not that person. So yeah, it made me mad at the world. I was mad at the people who weren't helping me, that I felt like should have been helping me. Not felt, but they should have. Don't let these people think just because you laid down and had a baby that you are 100% responsible by yourself. You're not. You're not. They are also running from their responsibilities as a grandma, as a grandpa, as an uncle, as an auntie. As a family, they are running from their responsibilities. Right? After dealing with all of this, I've learned that it does take a village to raise a child. It takes multiple people. It takes a team. It takes a mom and a dad to raise a child. So when you out here on your own and you doing it by yourself, you get angry. You get angry at the people around you who should be helping you. I'm not saying lose your life for this, but at least give up some dividends. Shit, a little $1 or $2, you know what I'm saying? Help a sister out. Help me pay for childcare. If you see your son ain't helping me, step up. Step up. Nobody stepped up. They just let him be a sorry ass dad. And they became sorry ass grandparents. Just like my mom is also, she do more. And I don't want to say it's because she's my mom. I do want to say at times she does think her grandchildren deserve some things, She does more. And if I ask, she will help. So I will say that about my mom. And I'm beyond grateful for the help that she does give me when I ask. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I am the type of person that don't ask for help. So that's why I said this year I'm asking. I'm going to knock on the door. School start next month. Who helping? Because I'm sick of doing it by myself. I am. So because I was mad at the world and I was mad at the people who weren't helping me, I started to see that, I had no freedom. I had no time to myself. I went from being only worried about me and I had to worry about a mini me. It was just me, to worried about my mini me 24/7. Q the queen was not in my mind. Like, that's when I lost myself. I lost myself back in 2016. That was 6 years ago, y'all. This is the year that I'm finding myself again. I lost myself back in 2016. 2022 is the year that I'm finding myself again. And I lost myself because nobody was helping me. Nobody thought I needed help, I guess. I am a very independent person. And I will say that that's one good and bad thing about me is I can be very independent, that I don't ask for help. But at the end of the day, I was a kid. I was a kid having a kid, and the kid had grandparents who weren't helping. And that's sad. That's sad that because you get pregnant at a young age, it's like they're like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, fuck you. Fuck you. That's sad. So because I was mad at the world, I was also mad at the dad, and I was really mad at him because this leads me to my 4th reason. No, my 5th reason. We're on number 5. That's my last reason. Mad at the dad because he gave himself freedom. Whew, y'all, let me tell you. Take a drink right now. That man gave himself freedom. And he gave himself freedom by choosing not to be a dad. That's what I mean by that. Like, he chose not to keep a job. He chose to quit his job. He chose to be broke. I even used to throw him some money so he could go get a little something to make a little something. And he couldn't do that. So he chose not to thrive in that. A lot of my downfalls happened with this man because of the choices I made, as far as out of bitterness. He got to run around the town with BITCHESs freely while I'm riding around town with a baby in my backseat. Well, at least I had a car to ride around town in. He riding in the passenger side. I can't say that. But yeah, he got to FUCK whoever he wanted to. That was really my choice, though. I made the choice not to do that. I could have, because I had my own place. I ended up getting my own place at 18, my first apartment, me and my baby. I let that man live with me on and off. But I'll be real with y'all. I did that out of bitterness. I let him live with me out of bitterness because I noticed when he lived with me, I had more freedom. Like, I was already bitter that he had all this freedom. I'm bitter and mad. He get to hang out with his friends all goddamn day while I gotta go to work and come home, take care of the baby, and wake up and do it all over again for 3 more days until I get my off day. And then when I get my off day, I gotta be with my child because I can't put my child off on the babysitter. At the time, I didn't know about CCS and all these, good programs that can help single parents out here. Now that I know about that, I do take advantage of those type of programs. But at first I did not know about that. So I was paying people to watch my baby. Shout out to grandmother and Alexis and the whole gang over there. They were an amazing, what the fuck is that? They were an amazing help. Still to this day, I know if I need them for a day and they got the day to do it, I know they will. I know they will, and I love them to death. I actually need to call them and kick it with them because them the type of people you don't want to forget about. The people that helped you when nobody else helping you. I'm not gonna cry, y'all. I ain't gonna cry because I ain't no punk granddad. But that they don't know how much that helped me. They don't know how much they changed my life, but they did. And I'm beyond grateful for that. Damn, did I not close my door? Anyways, yeah, I used to let my baby daddy come live with me because I saw that took away his freedom and gave me some of mine. And y'all probably thinking like, you evil bitch. I don't care. He ain't got no business having that much freedom anyways. I did. I used to invite him to my house to take away my freedom. To take away his freedom. And what I didn't know was in the process of doing that, I was losing my peace. Because he still wanted to be a whore. And he still wanted to hang out with his friends. But so now that he's in my house, where they hanging out? In my living room. Coming home from school to them being in my living room. Boy, ain't nothing piss me off more than leaving a clean house and coming back to a house full of niggas and my coffee table full of shit. So the moral of the story is, ladies, if any of these things you heard me say and you sat there and you were like, damn, that's me right now, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. It's not. It's just not. You can't force nobody to help you take care of your kids. You can't force nobody to take care of their own kid. And if being alone and figuring it out on your own means having your peace, do that. Because I promise you, y'all probably like, dang, your background junkie. Mind your business. But trying to force people to be there and force people to have the sacrifice the same things you're sacrificing, you're just not gonna find happiness. Ooh, excuse me, you're not gonna find peace. Peace came for me when I decided that you may be their blood dad, but you're not their dad at all. So yeah, that's all I got for now as to why and how I became the bitter baby mama. This video probably longer than what I expected, but it was definitely much needed for me to get all that off my chest. I feel good. I feel beautiful. I feel great. I feel great. And if you're watching this and you're a bitter baby mama, take your time, my love. Stuff changes. It don't happen overnight though, but stuff changes and it's gonna get better for you once you learn how to work with what you got. Be done forcing people to be there for your kids. Be done. Wash your hands with it. Be done with it. You all they got. If you all they got, mama, daddy, if you all they got, you all they got. Be that for them. I love y'all. I will be doing more videos like this, opening up about my life, putting myself out there. I'm scared to put myself out there, so I've decided, like, I gotta stop being scared and just do it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment what you think, how you feel, if you related or not, if you think I'm crazy or whatever. I don't care. Whatever you got to say, just say it. I'm gonna read it. Comment, like, and subscribe. Turn on your post bell notifications so you can be notified when your girl drop another video. And I hope to see y'all in the next one.